So welcome to day 3 of these 40 days of stewardship, in which we are building spiritual disciplines that'll help us to become better managers and multipliers of the resources that God has given us. And today we're talking about how to solve your biggest money problem. Are you ready? Here's how you do it. You got to count sheep. You may be saying, oh, wait a minute, I thought that's how you went to sleep at night. That's how you solve sleep problems. Well, that's counting sheep in a different kind of a way. The kind of counting sheep that we're talking about today is this. You've got to know what you've got. And it comes from a principle found in Proverbs chapter 27, verse 23, when it says, "Know well the condition of your flocks and give attention to your herds." So Proverbs 27:23 simply means this. You've got to know what you've got. And let's frame it by kind of referring back to that problem we pointed to at the beginning as a question. What is your biggest money problem? As most of us rattle that around in our mind, it could probably be summarized in an answer like this. I just don't have enough of it. And most people think that more money would solve their money problems. But I beg to differ for 2 reasons. The first one is this. The same mistakes you make with a little money, you'll make with a lot of money. All you'll do with more money is make more mistakes. The second problem we have in that mentality is most of us are just not willing to admit you already have enough money. A lot of times we just don't ever answer the question, how much is enough? So think about these 2 ideas. How much do you have, and how much is enough? It could be argued, and we'll talk about it more during these 40 days, that really everyone has enough. The problem is we're just not managing it well. And so what we really need to do is to know how much we have and how much we need to cover the expenses we have. And you know what we call that? It goes back to that bad word we talked about yesterday. That's called a budget. So the one step that I want you to take in these 40 days of stewardship today is this. How much do you have? I want to encourage you to sit down and look at your income and your assets. And here's what we're going to do with that. One is we're going to look at our income. How much do we have coming in every month as a product of our work? And then the other question of assets is how much do we have laying around? And I want you to think about this and not in terms of, well, we have this old car, we have this old bicycle, people don't ride anymore, we have a computer we don't use anymore. Man, I want you to look around the house, and I want you to see those things as not as stuff, but as dollars. And take an inventory of all these different things that you have right now. Like the Bible says, count your sheep. So I was born in the early 70s, which means my most formative music years were in those glamorous hair band 80s. And there was a band named Cinderella who sang a song that said, "You don't know what you've got till it's gone." That was a power ballad breakup song, but when it comes to money, the lyric is not that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. When it comes to your money, the lyric ought to read, "You don't know where it's going because you don't know what you've got." So we've got to count our sheep. So I want to challenge you to do that today. Take an inventory of your income and also your assets. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll take another step together in these 40 days of stewardship.